Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is the first session on Vedic Cosmology, Srimad Bhagavatam. Before we get into deep dive to Vedic cosmology, let's have a look at some of the history behind whatever we are going to discuss in the coming session. You all may have heard of the word Vaikuntha Loka. Vaikuntha Loka is an abode of Lord Narayana, and he has many avatars such as Karunodakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and Shirodakshaya Vishnu. So Karunodakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Shirodakshaya Vishnu, these are the three Purusas, avatars of Narayana. It's an expansion basically of Narayana. He expands himself in these forms. Here you can see Brahma Jyoti at the top, and then below to that you can see Karna Ocean. Karna Ocean, it is also known as Viraja River. Viraj. At this place, Karunodakshaya Vishnu rests on this ocean, and through his skin's pores, various universe just comes out from his skin pores. Unlimited. There is uncountable. You cannot even count how many of them are coming out of his pores, the various universe. This is one picture of that one universe, and this universe is covered by 8 layers, as you can see over here. We will discuss about it later on. This is one of the unlimited material universe. Now here you can see is the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, who rests on Garbhodaka ocean. It's a great ocean, and over here on this side you can see is a Shirodakshaya Vishnu at the top over here. Now from the navel of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, lotus sprouts out, and on that Lord Brahma resides or sits. Satyaloka is the abode of Brahma. So you can see this navel is sprouting out from this lotus is sprouting out from the navel of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Now what you see here is a Brahmanda. This is Brahma's anda. So that's why it is called as Brahmanda. This Brahmanda is divided into 14 lokas. The middle loka is a bhuloka, which is also known as Earth planet. Below to this you have Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, and Patala. And above to bhuloka is a Bhuvarloka, which is a place of Rakshasas and ghosts. Above to that is Swargaloka, and above to that is Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, and Satyaloka is the Lord Brahma's abode, where Brahma rests and he creates everything sitting over there. These entire 14 lokas are divided into 3 main lokas, like upper loka, middle loka, and lower loka, and we say 3 loka, teen loka. That is how we say. This is a little bit more clear pictures where you can see the various lokas below bhuloka. This is bhuloka. It's a bhoomandal. This is the largest loka, you can say, and this is one piece of land. There was no ocean, nothing was there, but later various oceans of ghee, liquor, and sweet water, sugarcane juice, it was created. How, we will discuss on the next slide. Let's see the next part of it. These are the 7 shells of the universe. We will discuss about these shells also later on. And here you can see Garbhodaka ocean, where Vishnu rests with his consort Lakshmi, Ma Lakshmi. And the last loka is a Patal loka, and below to that there are 28 hellish world. Now this entire loka rests is supported by Ananta Shesha. You can see this is the Ananta Shesha. We'll move to the next slide. Okay. So there are total 14 Manus. Manus are sons of Lord Brahma that rule in succession during kalpas, each kalpa. Current kalpa Manus are, these are the current kalpas Manu, like Swambhu Manu, Swarichisa Manu, Uttama Manu, Tapasa Manu, Raivata Manu, Chakshusha Manu, and Vaivasvata Manu. This is our current Manu who's ruling. He will rule for almost 71 Chatur Yugas. And Brahma's one day is of 1000 Chatur Yugas, or is also known as one Kalpa. We will talk about this time scale later on in the later session. Now this 1000 Chatur Yugas, that is one Kalpa, is divided by 71 Chatur Yugas, and we get 14 Manus. That means 14 Manus rules in one Kalpa, and there are many Kalpa. Like there are, Brahma's life is 100 years, and in that you have several days. So this is just one day we are talking about. The total lifespan of Brahma is around 311.04 trillion years of human's life. We will talk about this time scale later on. Let's see how this universe was created and who was the ruler of it. So Swambhu Manu had 5 children. Out of that, 2 sons and 3 daughters. 2 sons were like Priyavrata and Uttanapada, Akuti, Devahuti, and Prasuti. These are the 3 daughters of Swambhu Manu. So Swambhu Manu was the ruler. He was ruling this entire bhoomandal. Okay, he was ruler of this, of the entire bhoomandal in the first Manvantara. But then later he wanted moksha, and he wanted to go to forest and chant Harinam, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So what he did, Swambhu Manu, he tried to give the entire kingdom, that is Bhumandala, to Priyavrata to rule. But Priyavrata was, he had received knowledge from Narada Muni, so he didn't wanted any materialistic life enjoyment. So he also decided to go to forest and chant Harinam, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So Swambhu Manu, what he did, he gave the entire kingdom to Uttanapada to rule, and Swambhu Manu, so later on Uttanapada's son, his name was Daksha. So Daksha started ruling the entire Bhumandala. That's why we call him Prajapati. So he was the ruler of the entire Bhumandala. But later Daksha also gave up, and he went to forest, and no one was there to rule this entire vast land, Bhumandal. No one was there. So again, what happened was Swambhu Manu started thinking, what is going to happen to this entire Bhumandal? So he went to Priyavrata and he requested him to come back and take the control and rule the entire Bhumandal. But he was not so easily persuaded. So Lord Brahma, he also approached to Priyavrata and insisted to come back and take the control and start ruling the entire Bhumandala. And then he finally at the end he agreed and he came back, Priyavrata. That's why we are talking about Maharaja Priyavrata. So Maharaja Priyavrata started ruling, and he ruled the entire Bhumandal. This is the Bhumandal, you can see. This was one piece of land, and that's the reason it was called as Bhumandal. So this entire Bhumandal was ruled by Priyavrata, Maharaja Priyavrata, and he ruled no less than 1.1 billion years. Priyavrata got married. He married to Bharismati, the daughter of Vishwakarma, and he had 10 sons from her. 7 sons are Agnidhara, Idmajiva, Yajnabahu, Hiranareta, and so on. Three sons became brahmachari and they went to Paramhansa ashram. They had no interest in materialistic world. Uh, he had one daughter, Urjaswati, who got married with Shukracharya, and they had a daughter, Devyani. Priyavrata's second wife, he had three sons, Uttama, Tamasa, and Raivata, and they became the later Manus, like third and fourth and fifth Manvantras Manu. They were the rulers of the entire Bhoomandala. Okay, we are talking about the first, Manvantara, or so in the first Manvantara, what happened when it got created. So you can see from this picture, in the middle you can see Sumeru mountain, which is on Jambu Dvipa. Okay, and this is entire Bhumandal. You can see this is entire Bhumandal. Now, what you can see, these concentric circles. These concentric circles were formed by Priyavrata because he wanted to give the entire kingdom to his seven sons, Agnidhara, Idmajiva, and so on. Why? Because he wanted to go back again and start chanting Hari name after 1.1 billion years. Can you imagine that? So he divided the entire Bhumandala into seven parts by using a chariot wheel. He went round and he divided the first part. You can see here this bluish color here. He divided it. This is the first small chariot wheel, and he divided into it. And at the center you can see is a Jambu Dvipa. This is Jambu Dvipa. So this is the first Dvipa. After that, you have various other Dvipa, like so Jambu Dvipa is surrounded by salt water ocean. Then again we have another Dvipa which is again surrounded by ocean, another Dvipa surrounded by ocean, another Dvipa surrounded by ocean, and so on. So who did this? Priyavrata. He divided the entire Bhumandala into many Dvipas, and the first Dvipa, the innermost Dvipa, is Jambu Dvipa. You can see this is the zoom form of this Jambu Dvipa. You can see over here. So this Jambu Dvipa was ruled by Agnidhara. Agnidhara is the first son of Priyavrata. So he was the ruler of the Jambu Dvip. That means he was ruling this Dvipa. The other Dvipas was ruled by other sons like Idmajiva, Yajnabahu, Hiranareta, and so on. Got it? So we are talking about Jambu Dvipa. So Jambu Dvipa is ruled by Agnidhara, and Agnidhara had 9 sons such as Nabi, Kimpursa, Harivarsha, Illavrta, Ramayaka, Hiranmaya, Kuru, and so on, Ketumala, and so on. Okay. So Agnidhara, he was the ruler of Jambudvipa. Later on, he wanted to go to the forest and start chanting Hari name. So what he did, he gave the entire kingdom to his 9 sons, and he divided this Jambudvipa into 9 Varshas. I repeat, Agnidhara was the ruler of this Jambudvipa. Okay, and later on, he gave this entire Jambudvipa to his son to rule, and he divided this Jambudvipa into Varshas. 9 Varshas. Okay, like you can see here, we have like Bharat Varsha, Kim Purusha Varsha, Hari Varsha, Bhadrasva Varsha, Ketumala Varsha, Ramayaka Varsha, Hiranmaya Varsha, Uttara Kuru Varsha. So 9 Varshas, he divided into 9 Varshas, and in the middle, in the center of Jambudvipa is a golden Sumeru mountain. Now, son of Nabi. Now, this is not the end of it. Okay, son of Nabi. We still haven't come to Bharat Varsha, Bharat Khanda. So, son of Nabi was Rashabha Deva, and Rashabha Deva had 100 sons. So, I hope you are getting this. This 9 Varshas was ruled by this 9th son of Agnidhara. Agnidhara was one of the son of Priyavrata. Priyavrata was ruling the entire Bhumandala on the request of Shwambhu Manu and Lord Brahma. Okay, so Navi was the ruler of this Bharat Varsha, which you can see. This is the Bharat Varsha. Earlier, it was not called as Bharat Varsha. I'll tell you. It was called some other name. Later on, it became Bharat Varsha because the son of Navi called Rishabha Deva, he became the ruler of this place, and then Rishabha Deva had 100 sons, and the eldest son was Bharata. He was the eldest son of Rishabha Deva, and he was such a powerful and great ruler that still we call this Varsha as Bharat Varsha. This is how we have got this name Bharat Varsha. The other sons of Rishabha Deva were 9 Kshatriyas, 9 Yogendras, and 81 Brahmanas. Now, after many years ruling this land, Bharata decided to, go to forest and chant Hari name. So the other sons took over this land to rule, like 9 Kshatriyas. This Bharatvarsha was further divided into 9 different parts, and that is called Bharat Khanda. Let's see on the next slide. So we are just focusing on this part now. Bharatvarsha was divided into 9 parts because 9 Kshatriyas was ruling. They are also called as Arya. Okay, so we have 9 Khanda. This is called Khanda, Bharat Khanda. Now the Bharat Khanda is towards the south of it, at the tip over here, and this Bharat Khanda is where we live. This is Bharat Khanda. This is our planet, tiny planet. It's just not even a dot. Also, can you imagine that? This is Bharat Khanda. Look at this. So Mount Sumeru, Ma Ganga from Karna ocean, way all through, moon and other spaces. Ma Ganga comes to this Mount Sumeru Parvat, and from there she descends as Alaknanda and Alaknanda river, and she goes to Himalaya, and from there it flows and reaches to the ocean, salt ocean. That's it. That's the end of the first session. I hope it got you some information from this, because for me also I used to wonder, like, what is Bharat Varsha, what is Bharat Khanda. The earth, let me tell you one more interesting thing. The earth is not, our Bharat or India is not earth, or the 7th continent is not earth. The earth, according to Vedic cosmology, is entire Bhoomandala. This entire Bhoomandala is the earth, or it is called as Bhulok. And on this Bhoomandala, you can see at the center of it has Jambudvipa, and this Jambudvipa has a Mount Meru, and Jambudvipa is further divided into many Varshas, and one of the 9 Varsha is a Bharat Varsha. Bharat Varsha is further divided into 9 Khandas, and one of the Khanda is called Bharat Khanda, where we live. Say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.